Hi folks, we're back now on I-395, coming back from South Beach. As we approach downtown Miami, the Carnival cruise ship Sunrise is in port. And it's got smoke coming out of the top, so I'm guessing it's getting ready to shove off. Palm Island and Hibiscus Island right here, but you have the city skyline off to the left. It's been used in a lot of movies and films, certainly for establishing shots when they want to exchange scenes and establish a new scene. Approaching Watson Island and Jungle Island, which is the home of the former Parrot Jungle. Parrot Jungle is a very popular place with tropical parrots and other tropical wildlife. The location got moved because of a storm. My son is in the back seat and he's really excited about this trip. The view is breathtaking. He's really taken by it. Though this is an interstate, they do have traffic lights on it. See the ship off there to the left. Uncertain why we're all stopped, unless it's just because of a light. We just left Star Island, home of a lot of celebrity homes. Off to the left, not sure if you can see it in the shot because I'm driving, but off to the left here, in front of the port, you can see my Miami Heat arena that the Heat play in. The NBA's Miami Heat, that would be. Indiana plate in front of us. That's quite a drive. The rain right now appears to be mostly north of us, up in Broward County, Fort Lauderdale. It says there's road work ahead. See these high-rises built on land that was formerly swampland here in South Florida. Yes, it appears there is construction up here, so that's slowing everyone down. Parrot Island, or Parrot Jungle Island over here on the right. Bayside Marketplace here on Biscayne Bay and on the mainland in downtown Miami. It's a very big, very popular shopping mall of sorts. It's really mostly outdoors, but there's a lot of fun stuff there to peruse. And then you get the scofflaws that go off and kind of do their own thing. Now behind a Tesla. Air Force vehicle over there, wrapped. Looks like it's for recruiting or something. Cars further ahead. Thanks Q on that Aston Martin in front of the car in front of us. Thanks Q. A Star Trek reference, perhaps? Approaching the State Trooper Robert G. Smith Bridge, designated by the 98th Legislature of Florida. Let's see the traffic crawling up over the bridge too, unable to determine if there's any type of construction or any other event that's blocking the traffic, slowing it down. There's a little sign up there that says road work next 3 miles, however. Right lane blocked at I-95. Scooter just zipped by on the shoulder. Right lane closed ahead. And because this is South Florida and there are South Florida drivers here, no one knows how to merge. If everyone did merge, it would be much easier. It really is a beautiful view, though, of downtown Miami. I know it's not in the shot right now, but I can't pan over because, of course, I'm driving. BMW supercar up there on the right, in the right lane. Freedom Tower here in downtown Miami. It's not in the shot, but it's off here to the left. Was a beacon for a lot of the refugees from Cuba during the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 80s. 1980 was the Mariel boat lift. I believe that's an I-8 BMW supercar up there. I'd like to exit here at Biscayne Boulevard, US 1, but it's still quite a ways away. see all the construction cranes up there working on the road. We're not too far away from the Biscayne Boulevard exit here. Adrian Ash Center up here on the right. There's a people mover. That was supposed to be the future. Back in the 80s, they were going to build these rails all over Miami, and people were going to get out of their cars and be on the rails. However, it didn't work that way. And the mileage of rails in Miami is really rather limited. They never really expanded it all that much. We want this exit here. Like to turn right on Bayshore, in fact, if we can. Bayshore Drive right here. Instead of US 1, they run parallel. That was quite a jolt. And we're going to run up here to 20th Street because there's a rather famous home up here, popularized by a certain movie. All of these condos there in front of us. Wonder what those HOAs are. So we're 14th Street, so we need to go another 6-ish blocks. There on the right. Fork in the road. We're going to make a right here and stay on Bayshore Drive. Aptly named because it's right up here next to Biscayne Bay. That's an interesting building there. Looks like stacks on top of each other. Dead ahead. This is Margaret Pace Park. I'm unfamiliar with Margaret Pace. We're at 18th Street now. Automobiles in this area. And staying on Bayshore. Still have the park here on our right. Northeast 20th Terrace. Paramount Bay Condominium. Beautiful Biscayne Bay out there over the left. Turn right here on 20th Terrace. Well, I'm sorry, folks. I'm just not seeing it. It was supposed to be the house that they used in the establishing shots in the movie There's Something About Mary. It was supposed to be at 20-something Bayshore Drive, but I just don't see it. So apologies for that little detour. Bremen Motors here, longtime car dealership. More Highline cars. Construction worker with a hard hat on, riding a BMX bike. That's not something you see every day. Looks like making a left here is going to be quite the feat. Somebody's honking at me for some reason. Okay, I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to make a U-turn right here. Because I was never going to be able to cross all those lanes. US 1, of course, extends all the way from downtown Miami. I'm all the way up to the state of Maine. All the way up to the Canadian border. All right, now we're south again on Biscayne Boulevard. Numbers get smaller as we approach the Zero Street here in downtown Miami, which is, of course, Flagler Street. Separates the north from the south in Miami-Dade County, for the most part, not including Hialeah, which has its own numbering system, as I believe Homestead does, maybe, one of those. See the Freedom Tower straight ahead, at least at the very top of it, above this Altima, whose driver is doing something with his door, her door. Now we're going to head back towards the interchange with Interstate 395, the one that goes over to South Beach. Pedestrian crosswalk, but I don't see any pedestrians. The Adrian Arsht Center and Carnival Arts Bridge here at 14th Street. See the traffic crawling overhead there at 395. Now at 13th Street. They're doing a huge military appreciation show with an air and sea show here this Memorial Day weekend over on Miami Beach. We're going to make a left here onto Northeast 8th Street. There is a clear view of the Freedom Tower. The building has been here for a very, very long time. Downtown Miami. Over on our left, and we're going to see it here in just a moment, is the home of the Miami Heat, currently named Casaya Center. See the Cuban flag flying there, halfway up the Freedom Tower. And they have banners of the players up out in front of the stadium. You can see Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler. I can't quite tell the others, who's on the others down there. But this is the home of the NBA's Miami Heat. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals here in 2023 is tonight in Boston. It sits here on Biscayne Bay. Beautiful arena. I believe it opened up in the year 2000. This is Miami Heat Boulevard here. I'm going to turn around real quick here. Actually, I'm going to point out something. The building there with the tall red staff, that building was one of the first skyscrapers here in downtown Miami on it. And the one immediately to its left is also one of the first. And the others just kind of came up around it, around them. There's the banner that says White Hot 2023 Playoffs with Max Strauss on it. I'm going to make a stop here real quick. The video will continue running, and I'll be right back. Hi folks, we're back. Just wanted to check on my son back there in the back seat. He's passed out. So now we're going to continue moving around downtown Miami as we pass by Gate 4 here at Miami Heat Arena. Left again here on Biscayne Boulevard. And pass by right in front of the Freedom Tower, which has some netting out in front of it, which makes me think that parts of it might be falling, because I don't see any construction scaffolds or anything. Yeah, so like they do out west with the mountains and the avalanche and stuff, and they put the nets up next to the roadway to keep the falling rocks from impacting cars below. See more people movers up there in the distance. Bayside Marketplace off to our left. There's a Ferris wheel there. Bayfront Park, they have a lot of concerts there. I went to a few a while back. Northeast 1st Street, and now approaching Flagler Street, the Zero Street. We're going to make a right onto Flagler and go through the heart of downtown Miami, unless we're not, because it's closed. And it's closed, so we won't be doing that. The People Movers Railway was supposed to meet up with, it does meet up with the Metro Rail system, but again, the routes are somewhat limited. That's why its popularity never really exploded the way everyone hoped. Downtown Miami looking a lot like many other downtowns, the concrete canyons created by buildings surrounding the downtown area. Beautiful bends in front of us. GTS AMG. We're now facing westbound on Southeast 2nd Street. Honking of horns, very reminiscent of Manhattan in New York City. Not certain why this lane is not moving. Brickell Avenue. We're going to make the left here to stay with US 1. Luxury rentals, condos it looks like here on the left. Courtyard by Marriott, dead ahead. La Granja Parrilla and Seafood, restaurant here on the right. We're going to locate southwest 8th Street, and we're going to make a right onto 8th Street once we get there. But first, we're going to go over the Miami River and this drawbridge straight ahead. Drawbridge. This should be fun and bouncy when cars start passing over the metal grating. Miami River comes in here at Biscayne Bay and actually ends up all the way up at Lake Okeechobee. Some interesting columns over there on the left on the building. They look like stones, or like maybe they're made to look like stones. Has been designated a state historic road by the 2007 legislature of Florida. So it appears I cannot make a right onto 8th Street. It's one way right now, so I'm going to make a right instead on 7th Street. There's a banner on the right there for the Air & Sea Show Memorial Day weekend. Over on our left, out of view, is the First Presbyterian Church of Miami. Right in front of us are daredevils on scooters. We're about to turn onto US Highway 41. Starts right here, Brickell Avenue, which US 1 is now known, here on the south side of Flagler, and goes all the way up to Michigan. It's actually kind of paralleled pretty closely by Interstate 75 up through Georgia, all the way up to Michigan. Eighth Street Station above us, the railway for Metro Rail. I believe it's Metro Rail. See a few people up there on the platform waiting for the train. When I was a child growing up in Fort Lauderdale, my grandfather always hated these traffic lights on these masts. He always thought that when the hurricanes come, the hurricanes will spin them out of the ground. I don't think that's actually come to fruition ever, but that's okay. Some shopping over here on the left. The Shops Brickell City Center. Looks like a Sephora, a Zara, and 120 shops and restaurants. And that was the Metro Rail passing on the rail behind the traffic light. You can see I-95 up in the distance, elevated roadway, and it is looking pretty packed and slow moving as well. Just another day in Miami, downtown Miami. We're gonna get over in this lane here. Like there was an accident there, slowing everyone up. More and more people are moving down to South Florida every day. In fact, you can tell just how crowded it's become with all the congestion, all the traffic. A lot of folks escaping northern states with high tax rates, coming into Florida because Florida, of course, has no sales tax. They do what Nevada does, and they tax the tourists here in Florida. Cajun Boil Seafood Restaurant. Southwest 2nd Avenue. A rare gas station sighting here downtown Miami. $3.99 for regular at the moment. And that's Interstate 95 passing overhead there. Gentleman on a scooter behind me with the phone in his hand. That's talent. This is the light at Southwest 4th Avenue. This is going to be the exit, all the traffic coming off of Interstate 95 there for Southwest 8th Street. Also known more colloquially and certainly by Pitbull as Calle Ocho. I'd play music for you guys while we sit at these red lights, but can't do that because we'll get copyrighted and blocked on YouTube. And this individual is breaking the law. And this guy's on his phone again, on his scooter, texting someone that he may not make it because he's on his phone on his scooter. See how quickly the neighborhood changed here, now west of Interstate 95 in downtown Miami. This is Southwest 8th Avenue here, US Highway 441. Street is still one-way eastbound at this point. Some older buildings here. In the city of Miami. The next light is Southwest 12th Avenue. So this is Little Havana, the area known as Little Havana, all around. The roads are very rough. Sign said that the road work has ended, but the road still seems to be pretty rough. Not sure what street this is, it's not labeled. Right on Southwest 17th Avenue. See a sign there that says Memorial to Cuban Patriots, Florida Heritage. limit of 30 here on 17th Avenue. I don't think we have any fear of ever exceeding the speed limit. Not that I would ever do such a thing. Anyway. This is now Southwest 3rd Street. A lot of Teslas down here in South Florida. There are in Vegas too, for that matter. And I made the terrible mistake of leaving enough room for someone to get in front of me. It's hard to keep a safe following distance because people will just crawl right into it. Lightning there in the distance ahead. Now passing Flagler Street, again the 0 Street here, differentiating between north and south for the roadways. And now I'm behind a bus. Scooters here. We're on back streets now. And the reason for that is because coming into view will be on the right building called LoanDepot Park, home of the Miami Marlins Major League Baseball team. Try and find a parking lot so that you can get a more full view of it. Orange Bowl Way. This stadium was built on top of the old Orange Bowl Stadium, former home of the University of Miami Hurricanes football team and the Miami Dolphins up until 1987, when the Dolphins moved out to what was then Joe Robbie Stadium in Northwest Miami-Dade. This stadium was built, I believe, in 2012. And show what I believe is the outfield. Looks like the roof is closed in the retractable roof stadium. But I believe this is the outfield. Center field wall. This is Northwest 7th Street. And we're on 14th Avenue. Very old, very established neighborhood here in downtown, just west of downtown Miami, city of Miami. Long light here. Apologies. Third base garage right directly behind us on the left. 1402 Northwest 7th Street. I'm surprised. This is my first time being here at this stadium. They don't have like a big parking lot or anything. But of course, space being limited here. They do have a parking garage. Cross traffic is stopped. Not sure why we're still. Oh, there we go. Finally. More parking garages. Down what has been designated Marlins Way. And we're going to go ahead and conclude the video now. I'll go ahead and point the car there at the stadium real quick so you can see it. Again, LoanDepot Park, home of Major League Baseball's Miami Marlins. Thank you all for joining and watching. If you've made it to this point, we really appreciate it. It's been fun, and please like and subscribe to our videos so that we can continue making more of them. Thanks.